Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application On This Day, the icon of which has shown us cutoff prevention at the beginning and end of each episode, or you can look over there for the icon. The music in the background is Out Here by Kasger, which I found on the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds, aka NCS. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Now let's get on with the show, shall we? Today is Thursday, aka Thursday, July 21st, 2016. In 2012, Erdin Eric completed the first solo human-powered circumnavigation of the world. In 2011, NASA's Space Shuttle program ended with the landing of Space Shuttle Atlantis on mission STS-135 at NASA's Cape Kennedy Space Center. In 2008, Ram Baran Yadav was declared the first president of Nepal. In 2001, at the conclusion of a fireworks display on Okara Beach in Akashi, Hyogo, Japan, 11 people were killed and over 120 others injured when a pedestrian footbridge connecting the beach to JR Asgari Station became overcrowded and people leaving the event fell down in a domino effect. And no, I don't mean the pizza, that would be an overweight issue and that's a different story entirely. In 1983, the world's lowest temperature in an inhabited location was recorded at Vostok Station, Antarctica, at negative 89.2 degrees Celsius, aka 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit. In 1976, Christopher Ewart Biggs, the British ambassador to the Republic of Ireland, was assassinated by the Provisional Irish Republican Army. In 1973, in the Lillehammer affair in Norway, Israeli Mossad agents murdered a waiter whom they mistakenly thought was involved in the 1972 Munich Olympics massacre. In 1970, after 11 years of construction, the Aswan High Dam in Egypt was completed. In 1959, Eliza Jerry Pumpsie Green became the first black United States citizen to play for the Boston Red Sox, which was the last team to integrate. He came in as a pinch runner for Vic Wertz and stayed in as a shortstop in a 2-1 loss to the Chicago White Sox. In 1959, NS Savannah, the first nuclear-powered cargo passenger ship, was launched as a showcase for Dwight D. Eisenhower's Atoms for Peace initiative. In 1954, during the First Indochina War, the Geneva Conference partitioned Vietnam into North and South Vietnams. In 1949, the United States Senate ratified the North Atlantic Treaty. In 1944, during World War II, Klaus von Stauffenberg and fellow conspirators were executed in Berlin, Germany for the July 20th plot to assassinate Adolf Hitler. In 1925, Sir Malcolm Campbell became the first man to break the 150 mph or 241 km/h land barrier at Pendine Sands in Wales, driving a Sunbeam at a two-way average speed of 150.33 mph or 242 km/h. In 1925, during the Scopes trial in Dayton, Tennessee, high school biology teacher John T. Scopes was found guilty of teaching evolution in class and fined $100. Sometimes I'm ashamed to have born in such a backwoods, retarded state. In 1918, U-156 shelled Nauset Beach in Orleans, Massachusetts. In 1904, Louis Regoli became the first man to break the 100 mph or 151 km/h barrier on land, driving a 15-liter Gobrin Briley in Ostend, Belgium. In 1877, after rioting by Baltimore and Ohio railroad workers and the murders of 9 rail workers at the hands of the Maryland militia, workers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania staged a sympathy strike that was met with an assault by the state militia. In 1873, at Adair, Iowa, Jesse James and the James Younger Gang pulled off the first successful train robbery in the American Old West. In 1865, in what is regarded as the first Western showdown, Wild Bill Hickok shot and murdered Davis Tuff in the market square of Springfield, Missouri. In 1861, during the American Civil War, the First Battle of Bull Run began at Manassas Junction, Virginia, thus initiating the first major battle of the war, which concluded with victory for the Confederate Army. In 1831, the inauguration of Leopold I commenced in Belgium, making him the first king of the Belgians. In 1774, the Russo-Turkish War, which lasted from 1768 to 1774, ended when Russia and the Ottoman Empire signed the Treaty of Kukuk-Naria. In 1645, Qing Dynasty Regent Dorgan issued an edict which ordered all Han Chinese men to shave their forehead and braid the rest of their hair into a queue identical to those of the Manchus. In 365, a tsunami devastated the city of Alexandria, Egypt. It was caused by the Crete earthquake, which is estimated to have been a magnitude of 8.5 or higher. 5,000 people died within the city and 45,000 others lost their lives in the surrounding countrysides. And in 356 BC, the Temple of Artemis in Ephesus, one of the 7 wonders of the world, was destroyed by arson. First, Robin Williams, 1951, Tish Scott, 1941, Don Knotts, 1924, Ernest Hemingway, 1899, John Picard, 1620. And that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar for any links you may be interested in. Don't forget to rate 5 thumbs and subscribe for your dose of past events daily. I am Xander, and you are you. Toodles.